They were the Hollywood dream, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, two stars who seemed to defy the odds. A couple that didn't just survive the pressures of fame and fortune but thrived in it. Their social media exchanges became the stuff of legend. Their red carpet appearances felt more like royal processions. To fans, they weren't just actors, they were relationship goals, parenting inspiration, fashion icons, and comedic relief all rolled into one dazzling package. But what if everything wasn't as golden as it seemed? What if behind the perfect Instagram posts and the viral jokes there was something unraveling, something that even their most loyal fans couldn't ignore anymore? In recent weeks, Blake and Ryan have found themselves at the center of a growing controversy that has left the internet divided, creators speaking out and longtime admirers questioning what's really going on. And this time it's not about a movie role or a red carpet slip-up. It's about something far more personal, far more serious, and far more explosive than anyone could have expected. This is not just a gossip piece, this is about a shift. A dramatic, almost cinematic shift in how the public sees two of the most admired stars in the world. And if you think this is just another clickbait headline, think again. Because what's happening right now could have a ripple effect across Hollywood, the creator community, and the future of digital commentary itself. It all started with whispers of creators being silenced, of legal threats being issued, of content being removed or suppressed. At first, no one connected the dots, but then the pieces began to fall into place. A handful of YouTubers and podcasters began speaking out. Not with accusations, but with receipts, emails, documents, timestamps, and strikingly similar stories. Small creators, some with just hundreds of followers, began describing sudden legal notices. Some claimed they were being targeted for discussing rumors that were already circulating online, reacting to public interviews, or commenting on events already in the media spotlight. And slowly, the same name kept coming up in connection with these actions: Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Now let's be clear, every public figure has the right to defend their reputation. Misinformation is a serious issue, especially in an era where a false tweet can become global news in seconds. But here's the catch: the creators being targeted weren't publishing tabloid junk or inventing wild stories. In most cases, they were reacting to what was already out there, giving their opinions, asking questions, or analyzing what was public knowledge. And that's where the controversy deepened. In the world of content creation, especially on platforms like YouTube, commentary and reaction are essential. They're not just entertainment, they're protected forms of speech in many jurisdictions. When major celebrities begin using their influence to silence or intimidate small independent voices, the question isn't just what are they protecting, it becomes what are they trying to hide? That question is now echoing across the internet. YouTubers are speaking out in solidarity. Legal commentators are dissecting the situation. Social media is ablaze with debates. And Hollywood, well, Hollywood is unusually quiet, perhaps too quiet. What makes this even more shocking is who we're talking about. Blake and Ryan have spent years building a public image of wit, kindness, and advocacy. Blake has been a vocal supporter of women's rights, anti-exploitation efforts, and privacy. Ryan is known for supporting mental health awareness, children's charities, and his comedic yet humble persona. This isn't the kind of behavior people expected from them. And that dissonance between public image and alleged private action is at the heart of the storm. The creator community is especially shaken because when small voices, the ones without PR teams or legal defense funds, are the ones getting targeted, it sends a chilling message: speak carefully, watch your words, or else. But creators aren't backing down, they're coming forward, not just with their stories but with determination. They're organizing, collaborating, and standing up for the right to speak freely and fairly. Because this isn't just about Blake and Ryan anymore, it's about the precedent it sets for all celebrities and all creators. If two of Hollywood's most adored figures can allegedly wield their power in this way, what does that mean for the next generation of voices on the internet? What does it say about the balance of fame and accountability? And let's not forget the fans, the people who made Blake and Ryan the household names they are. Fans feel betrayed, confused, and in some cases heartbroken. They didn't just admire the couple's acting, they believed in who they were. They felt seen by their humor, touched by their family moments, and inspired by their activism. Now many of those same fans are wondering, was it all just an act? Of course, there are two sides to every story, and we must give space for responses, explanations, and clarifications. Maybe this is all a misunderstanding, maybe there are nuances we don't yet see. But until we hear from them directly, with sincerity, with clarity, and with accountability, the internet is left to wonder and dig deeper. Because when celebrities go after the very platforms that helped build them up, it's no longer just a feud, it becomes a reckoning. So grab your popcorn or maybe your legal textbooks, because what's happening here is more than drama. It's a battle of influence, voice, and the evolving rules of fame in the digital age. You thought you knew Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. You thought they were the couple that could do no wrong, but what if they just went off the deep end? Stay with us, because what you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, Hollywood's golden couple. For years they've embodied the charm, charisma, and humor that most fans adored. Their social media banter, red carpet appearances, and picture-perfect family life made them seem untouchable. But beneath the surface of smiles and sarcasm, there's always a world the cameras don't catch. And now that world is cracking wide open. Recently, a storm has started brewing, one that neither Blake nor Ryan can meme their way out of. It's not just one event or rumor. It's a pattern of behavior, a series of decisions, and a chain of actions that are forcing fans, creators, and even insiders to ask, have Blake and Ryan crossed the line? It all started quietly, a few murmurs in the industry, a few YouTubers questioning the couple's alleged legal moves behind the scenes. At first it seemed like baseless gossip, but the more people looked, the more pieces started fitting together. And what's being revealed is something few could have predicted. This isn't just about celebrity drama. It's about accountability, transparency, and the surprising pressure that comes with power. And most importantly, it's about how two of Hollywood's most beloved stars may have pushed things too far. Behind the Hollywood glam, whispers started circulating about legal strategies, reportedly involving subpoenas not to major outlets or publishers, but to small YouTube creators, podcasters, and commentators. These weren't content creators with massive platforms. Some had barely a few hundred followers. The allegation that some of these creators were being legally pursued for simply discussing or reacting to public stories, commentators who mentioned rumors or ongoing controversies, even those who clearly labeled their videos as opinion, reportedly received unexpected legal threats. This raised immediate red flags across the online creator community. The internet thrives on commentary, reaction, and open dialogue. But when legal tools are used to seemingly silence or intimidate, the power balance starts to look uneven. Ryan Reynolds, known for his sharp wit and openness, suddenly appeared distant. Blake Lively, often seen advocating for privacy and social causes, faced difficult questions. Were these legal actions aligned with their public image, or was there something deeper happening? While no one is above the law and protecting one's reputation is understandable, the targeting of small creators sparked outrage. People began asking, was this a case of overreach? And more critically, had Blake and Ryan lost touch with the very audiences that once championed them? As more creators began to share their stories, a movement quietly emerged online. Hashtags like #CreatorsDeserve Free Speech and #NotJustHollywood trended on niche platforms. Reddit threads broke down timelines, receipts, and context. Suddenly, this wasn't just a celebrity issue, it was a community cause. People who once posted memes and tributes about Blake and Ryan began taking a closer look at their recent behavior. Collaborations that once felt wholesome were being reevaluated. Endorsements they made once golden started being viewed with suspicion. Several legal experts on YouTube and TikTok weighed in. They clarified that public commentary, especially opinion-based or satirical, is generally protected speech. That raised even more questions about why legal tools were allegedly being used in these cases. Creators also began uniting. Live streams, podcasts, and reaction videos became support hubs. Some even offered to help each other with legal resources or fundraising for legal fees. This wasn't just content anymore, it was a grassroots movement. The community wasn't angry because celebrities were protecting their privacy. They were concerned about how it was being done. The emotional tone shifted from admiration to disappointment. And in the age of digital transparency, disappointment can be a powerful force. Reputation is everything in Hollywood. And for Blake and Ryan, their brand has always been based on relatability, kindness, and good humor. But with this shift, their public perception is now hanging by a thread. Fans began revisiting past interviews, statements, and even their philanthropy work. Were their actions aligning with the values they spoke about? Some argued yes, that they were just defending themselves against misinformation. Others felt a disconnection, that the couple was reacting too aggressively to what used to be harmless internet chatter. Media outlets began to cautiously report on the situation. No one wanted to burn bridges with one of Hollywood's most beloved pairs. But the silence was breaking. Even late-night hosts who once celebrated the couple's romance now seemed quiet, and that silence was loud. More importantly, the public saw how different things were when creators supported one another. Instead of being scared, they were emboldened. Instead of disappearing, they showed up with receipts, transparency, and truth. It's unclear whether this image crisis will fade or stick. But what's undeniable is this: the perception of Blake and Ryan has changed, maybe not forever, but in a way that's deeply impactful. The question now isn't whether their reputation has taken a hit. It's whether they'll acknowledge it or pretend nothing happened. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are at a crossroads, not just as celebrities, but as symbols of what power looks like in the digital age. The past few weeks have shown how quickly admiration can turn into scrutiny, especially when creators and communities feel unheard or dismissed. But this doesn't have to be the end of their legacy. Every major figure goes through public trials. Not always in the courtroom, but certainly in the court of public opinion. What matters next is how they respond. Will they address the concerns? Will they engage honestly and openly with the very audience that built their platform, or will they remain silent, hoping the story fades in this digital world? Silence is rarely an ally. The YouTube and creator communities have already made one thing clear: speech matters, commentary matters, and protecting the ability to speak even about celebrities isn't just a right, it's a necessity. Blake and Ryan are still massively talented. Their love story still inspires millions, but no amount of charm can rewrite the truth. And the truth is, this moment is bigger than them. It's about accountability. It's about creators standing up, not backing down. And it's about ensuring that the world, no matter how glamorous, plays fair when it comes to voices that matter. Whether this is a stumble or a full fall depends on what comes next. But one thing's for sure, the internet is watching.